Hello friends, you are welcome. This is Soft Reason. I'm your presenter in this lesson. In this lesson, we'll be looking at the curve rafter just like this. Okay, so stay tuned. Let's start. At first, I will like you to understand the grading coordinate system of this particular lesson. And so, in the rectangular grid, coordinates x, y, and z is being set to these dimensions. Alright, so you can see the grid set out. So, after which, I have been able to create an elections. If you do Control I, just like that, you can see a series of elections I have created. Alright, and I have made grid lines A to be active. You can see it is in the visible view. Alright, so if I just click OK here, I come to the window and I click on grid A, it will be activated just like this. So you can see the various height. Alright, so we'll be having the topmost part of this curve rafter to be at 9 meters, while the rafter will be sitting on a stanchion of height 6 meters. Alright, so you can just look at it and know how to set your own grid system. Alright, for this lesson. So let's continue. Quickly, I want to be enabling that grid line A elections. Alright, so I will go straight away to the window as I did and enable it. So we want to start the modeling now. I'll go straight away to steel, click on the steel, tap, and then be able to enable column. In the column property dialog, you can see the profile of the column we are having here. So we are going to be considering this profile of column. Alright, the material is this one, so we'll go straight away to editing the top and the bottom constraints. The bottom is going to be 0, while the top is going to be 6,000, just like that. And then I click this point to place the column. Can do expand to place that column there. You can see after that column being placed at that grid line 1, I'll come to grid line 12 and place another column just like that. After which I will just go to 3D to see what I've placed and the way it looks. So if you can see, it is just look like this. And so I want to be rotating this column in such a way that it is back to back, as in it faces each other back to back. So just to highlight that one and hold the Control key, highlight this one. Then you come to the positions, then this horizontal, you just select it and okay, the rotation, select the rotation and go to back, select back there, modify, deselect it. You can see it's now facing each other back to back. So I'll switch to the window grid line A just like that, and I want to start to draw the curve beam. And for me to do that, I will need to enable an elections. Sorry, I will need to enable a coordinate system that will suit that the curve direction we actually intended. Alright, so I'll go straight away to the view tab and come to work plane. I click on the drop down menu and then select work plane to this one. So I want to place in my work plane here just like that. Okay, so that the whole work plane will now be referencing this one, this y and x direction that I've placed now. Okay, so I click here to deselect the command and go straight away to steel tab and enable a curve beam. So by then I want to be using a point to identify the exact place I wanted, because in the drawing of curve beam you have to pick 3 points: first point, second point, and the last point. So I'll go back to the edit tab and be able to pick a point at any position. Then I'll place the point here. Alright, after which what I want to explain to you here is, you can see these grid lines. This grid line 7 is just at the center of grid line 1 and 12. So if you observe the grading system very well, you will notice that. So I want to select this point now just like that. I will click on the right click and then click on move pick this point and move it towards this direction. I want to give it an offset of 250. All right, move it upward. All right, so that is it. That is the offset of 250. So if you check very well now, for instance, you pick another point, try to place it, you will notice that it's being moved from the center. This is the center, this is the original position, so this is now the present position of the point. After which I want to go straight away to the Stitch tab and then enable the curve beam. Pick that one, this one, okay, then zoom closely so you can see actually what you are doing. So I'll pick this beam at that point, after which the second point I want to pick will be the point of the point that we placed. I pick that as the second point. Then the third point, I'll go straight away to this point, which is the gray line 7. I pick that and I will click on expand, and then you have something of this kind. So here is the curve beam here. All right, so you having this now, we want to actually edit that. Okay, so you select the command, you navigate to the 3D view to actually look at the way it is. You can see the way the curve beam is, all right, which is not actually what we intended. So I'll have to rotate it so that you can see it very well. So for us to edit it, you select the curve beam. If you check the profile of this curve beam, you can see that it is 406, which we need to click on this edit tab so we can be able to edit the profile. We'll go straight away in the profile catalog and we select the 254 sections, this first one, just like that. Click on apply and then click on OK. Modify it to change the section. So after that, you move straight away to the positioning. All right, so at the depth, at the rotation, it is giving us stop, so we want to use below. Click on modify and then change it to back. Click on modify, so you can see it's been changed to back, but even as that, we will still edit it. It's not at the centers of the beam, so you come straight away to the depth, all right, and then choose middle, modify. You can see it's being moved. All right, so we come to the on plane, select that, take it to the right, modify. That is the exact position we expect it to be. That is very perfect. Now, so after you have it all of this like this, the next thing we will be looking at is we want to provide a connection. Yeah, all right. So for us to do that successfully, we go to the application and components and then come to this point. You look for orange connection, just type orange there. You have various orange connection here. We'll be considering if orange 102 micros number. So you select that, pick the color, pick the rafter, and the orange connection will be exactly perfect. All right, so you can see it is actually showing us green green color, meaning it is okay like this. All right, so we will be doing a little editing here, not that much. So you deselect that command, double click on this. In the dialog, we will navigate to the parameter. The orange length, we want to make it 900. 900, click on modify to have this. All right, so after which we may not necessarily set any other things, but if you want to make any other adjustment to the board or any other thing, you can come to the orange rafter and be able to make provision for this. All right, so click on apply it at OK. So after this is done, we navigate straight away to the we navigate to the green line A, just like this. So we want to be mirroring this to this side. For us to do that, just select the rafter, right click, and then you go to copy special, right, mirror. Once you have this, you pick this first point and pick a second point along this green line 7. Pick that, click on copy. You have it there. You can see. So after having it there, just like that. So this is the curve rafter. Alright, so we want to click on OK here and go straight away to the 3D view to also look at it very well. We have a connection at both ends, but we need a connection at this uppermost end. Alright, for us to do that, we will be considering uppermost hunch micros number 106. Alright, so quickly we deselect this command, and then we will select uppermost hunch micros number 06. After which, select the first rafter and then the second rafter to insert the uppermost hunch, just like this. So you can see the connection is showing this green color, telling us that it is workable. So I will right click and interrupt that, double click on this uppermost hunch. I want to be adjusting this this hunch distance. As for me to be able to do that successfully, I'll come to this spot and I'll make it 500 there and 500 here. Click on modify, so you can see what we are having now. So I believe strongly that this is model enough, so we will go by this. Alright, so after which I click on apply and OK. Alright, so the next thing I want to be doing is to consider inserting and placing my rafter. And for me to do that, I will go straight away to window and then enable grid line A, just like this. So I want to be placing point along this directions, along these grid lines 1 2 3 4 6. Okay, so I want to be doing that, and for me to do that successfully, I go straight away to point tab and then I move to point. In the drop down menu, I will select at any position. Alright, so I'll come and zoom closely to this place so I can be able to see the point of intersection on the top of this rafter like this. Click to place it there. Alright, then I go straight away to this second one, do the same thing and placing point. So you zoom closely to make sure that you are right on top of the rafter. Okay, so you do the same thing here, just like that. You come to this place and do the same thing. Then you come to this spot too and place a rafter here, a point. Okay, let's leave that. Later we'll place another point in that place. So what we need to do now, go back to the 3D to check the points you actually placed and where they are. You can see they are right on top of the rafter, just like that. So I want to be placing another point and making some offset. Alright, before we finally proceed, I will zoom closely to this uppermost hunch, and then I will right click and deselect this command. I pick a point again on line. Alright, and I'll zoom this closely. I want to place points between this end of this rafter and this other end, just at that point. Alright, the next place I want to be placing a point to is I'll come down to the stanchion, this if hunch. I'll pick this point, zoom closely so you won't make mistake, that point and this other point. That's right, to place a point there. Okay, so what I need to be doing is I want to be offsetting this point from here, from this particular position upward 400 mm. So I click on OK here and select this command. For me to select this point and for this point to be able to move along the direction or along this rafter, I will need to set a work plane that will actually direct this point along this rafter. So I'll go straight away to view and then I'll click on the work plane and select this work plane too. Then I'll come to this spot and then I'll be able to look at the center of this rafter. I'll place that work plane there. Select the command. If you check it very well, you'll notice that the work plane is right on top of the surface of the rafter. So now I can offset this and it's going in the S direction. Okay, so I will just select this point, right click on there, copy special linear, just like that, clear this content and then be able to provide an offset of 400, just like this. Click on copy, you have it there. So that is it. So we will not longer use this point. Now we will be using this for the rafter. So click on OK. Alright, select this command, pick this. Alright, select this point. Can decide to select that point, right click and then delete that point, since this is the one we are referencing now. Okay, so I will now also move to the uppermost, then I'll rotate it in such a way that it is visible enough. I want to be offsetting this to 200 from this point to some point here. So what I will do, I will also use work plane to give it a directive. Alright, just like that. So I can just place my work plane here. Select the command, check the work plane if it is actually on the rafter. You can see it is straight away on the rafter. So what I'll do is select the command, select this point, right click, and then I will do copy linear, or I can move it this time around. I'll move it, clear the content. I'm moving in the X direction. Alright, so I will type 400 here. Click on move to have it here. After which click on OK. Now what I want to do is I will be mirroring this point to this other side. So I will go straight away to the grid lines A, just like that. Then after which I will also set plane, because if I use that plane, if I use this plane that I set in this place, it will not give me what I actually intended. So I will set a plane again by clicking on plane and then work plane 2. Then I'll come to this point and place my plane just like this. I'll place my plane like that. Okay, select the command. Then I'll be able to highlight this point. Okay, be able to highlight all this point just like this. Come to this place, also hold the control key, make sure you highlight all the point. Alright, after which you right click and then you do copy special mirror, just like that. Now clear this content and pick the first point, pick the second point, click on copy to have the points this side, just like this. You can see. After which click on OK, then select the command. Alright, go back to the 3D. You have the point in both sides now. So what we need to do now is we want to copy the whole of this from this point to this point. So for us to do that, you click and highlight all of this just like that. You ensure that all the points are also highlighted. The rafter as well as the stanchion is highlighted. So after which you just move straight away. You do right click and then click on copy. Use this one this time around. Click on it. Pick the grid lines A. Pick the grid lines A. Pick it there and take it to grid line B. Placed there. So you'll be having this. Alright, so after which you select the command again, rotate it in such a way that you can see it very well. Now we want to actually start placing the rafters. Okay, we will have to zoom closely just like that. You can see the present work plane here, and we will want to connect the rafter from this point to this other point, and then we will have to reset the work plane. So I want to right click and interrupt this. Alright, after which I move straight away to the work plane 2. Select the work plane 2, that one. I want to be placing it on this. I click to deselect that. So you can see the work plane there. So straight away I want to go to steel. Click on the steel, activate beam. Alright, come to settings here. In the setting dialog, you can see the profile. So I want to be changing this profile. I click on this point. In the catalog, I will navigate to the C profile. That is the one I'll be using. I'll be considering C profile. Alright, this one. So I click on this plus sign to expand it, move straight away to this. So I'll be considering this one. Okay, so just click on apply it and then I will click on OK. So after which I want to scroll down. If you check here, you can see curve beam. You can see these values here. So if I proceed to place this rafter, you notice that this rafter is this rafter will have a curve shape, which is not actually intended. For instance, I pick this first point and then I pick this second point you can see it has a curve shape because of this curve beam radius provisions here. All right, so if I want to change that, I can highlight that, come to this point and make that 0, come to this segment and make it 0. Okay, or I'll uncheck that plane. Okay, or if I check that modify, you can see it is now in a straight format. So if I just rotate this like this, look at the way it is. So this is now actually what I wanted. I want to be rotating it in a way that it will be nice for us to use. So I will go straight away to position. Now I will go to the rotation. I will take it to the top. So I will have this. Alright, but actually I wanted this the back to be facing this other side, and for me to be able to have that, I will go to this depth and then take it to the front. Alright, then I will come to rotation again, take it from the front to the back. Sorry, that is not, take it below. Alright, so this is what I actually intended. So this is our polylines. Alright, so we proceed to placing polylines in the point we have created. So I go to beam again. Having that setting done, if you check here, curve beam is now radius 0. Okay, so everything will move smoothly now. So we just for you to pick the first point, and then you pick the second point to have your polylines inserted just like that. Okay, so before I will proceed, I'll select this command, select these two polylines, hold the control key, and I want to change the class of these polylines to maybe we'll be considering this one. Click on modify. So I'll have that. Okay, so after which I proceed to pick the beam, the polyline profile selected to be this one, and then I'll pick oh. So there is a few things I want to let you know here. I want to let you know something here. So if you check this polyline very well, you see it's directly on top of this beam because the work plane is here. But if you check this one, you can see that it's a little bit sink inside this beam. Okay, because there's no work plane. So each time you want to place the polyline, make sure you move this work plane from this point to that point, so you can place it simultaneously and at the exact point. So I will have to delete this one. Okay, and then go to view again, go to view, activate the work plane, this one, and then I'll come to this place to place this work plane just like that. I deselect that command, I go to beam straight away and pick the beam. Okay, the same profile of the polyline, so I will just pick that point and pick this point to place it just like that. So if you check it now, it's right on top of the rafter. Okay, so I will right click and interrupt that. All right, go back to the view again, and then I'll pick work plane just like that. Come to this point, place the work plane directly on top of the rafter. Check it very well, make sure it's right on top of that rafter at the position of the point. Okay, go straight away to the beam tab again, pick the beam, pick the first point, and then you pick the second point to insert the rafter just like that. Okay, and again repeat the same procedure by going to the work plane to pick that. Okay, then you have to place it there. All right, just like that. Go to the beam tab, select the beam with the same profile of the rafter, pick the first point, right, and then come straight away to pick this second point. You will do the same thing here. Okay, quickly to the view, we pick the work plane again, set that work plane there, right, do the same thing here. Okay, pick the rafter with the same profile, pick that point and then the second point. All right, so by doing this, you'll be having your rafter right on top of the you'll be having your polyline, sorry, right on top of the beam. Okay, so we proceed to place the last one. Okay, just like that. Pick this point, make sure you are right on top of the beam. You can rotate it to check the work plane. All right, just like that. Go to the beam tab, select the beam, pick the first point, and then you pick the second point. All right, so you'll be having all of this. So having all of this done, we want to be mirroring this to this other side, just to avoid time wasting. Okay, so we just straight away to the window and then enable the grid line A. You'll be having the polylines just like this. Okay, So it is select this command, and you need to set the work plane in such a way that the mirroring can work effectively by going to the view tab and be able to select this work plane, and then you pick that one. Make sure you place it this way. Alright, so after which you select this command and then to be able to highlight all of these polylines by holding down the control key, just like that, as well as this one. Alright, so after this being highlighted like this, what you need to do is you just have to right click, then you want to copy mirror, copy special mirror. Okay, pick deselect, clear this content, pick this first point, and then the second point you'll be having this. Click on copy. Alright, click there, you can see it's been copied to this other side. Click OK, and then deselect this command. Alright, so go back to the 3D, you will see you have this. Okay, alright, so having this in place just like this, we want to populate this, okay, along the grid lines. Okay, grid lines C, D, E, and F. Okay, we want to populate it just like that. So for us to do that successfully, what we need to do is we have to select all of these just like this. Once it's been selected like this, you have to check very well if actually all are actually selected. Okay, to avoid leaving anyone behind. Alright, so after which we want to be going through these other directions. Populating it in these X directions. Alright, so for us to do that, we will right click and click on copy linear, just like that. You clear this content. We are going in the S directions, and the distance is 6,000, just like that. And how many of these do we need? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so these provisions, you put 4 in there, then click on copy. So you can see that the thing is copied either way. The reason is because of the work plane that we had. Alright, it's because of the work plane. So you click on that and then you undo that. Alright, so what you need to do now is to deselect or disable this work plane. Okay, so click on OK here, click on OK there, double click and interrupt that. Go to this work plane, pick that work plane. In this drop down menu, parallel to XYZ plane, click on change. Once you click on change, you cancel that. So that work plane has been disabled. We are now considering this one here. Alright, so we'll do the selection again, highlighting all of that, just like that. Ensure that all is highlighted, after which right click and then copy special. Alright, linear, you still have that, click on copy. You can see it's being generated in the right direction. Okay, click on OK, double click and interrupt, double click and withdraw. So you have this. So this is how you can fix your polylines on a curve rafter. You can see. Alright, all the polylines are well fixed. Now I want to show you how you can place you can also place eclipse. Okay, so come to application and component. In this provision, just type polylines. If you type polylines here, you'll be having these clips. Pick that one, select the rafter, select the first polyline, the second one, click the middle of the mouse to insert that. Alright, so you can see it. So this is adjustable. You can double click on it, but the software is telling you that it's okay. That's why you're having this green indicator. So you can just be able to place it just like that. Alright, so you can do the rest. Okay, so I want to actually bring the lesson to an end here. In this subsequent lesson, we will learn more advanced things in Tekla Structure. If you are new on this channel, you subscribe so that you will not miss any of my upload on this channel, and stay tuned for more advanced lesson. Bye for now.